going to use a piece of metal to make, I don't know, around a headlight or the windows, or you make some guttering around the trunk, and there's an edge sticking up, you want that edge to be smooth, so you need to fold it over. So as you can see, I think this is the 18 gauge. It could be 20. Anyway, I fold it over and then I hammer it down, and I have to hammer it down real small so that it can fit in this gap in here, and so that I can shrink it or stretch it to the appropriate shape. But yeah, it comes out quite nice. I mean, yeah, that's what it looks like. And as you can see, I run some seam sealer in there to fill up this gap and make it nice and smooth. And I've got that on prepped to weld in another piece, and this piece is ready to stretch and shrink to the appropriate shape, and then I'll weld it to the good metal that's there, and that'll give me the outer edge to my gutter, which is the section which was rotted off the bottom. And you know, basically all in here was rotted out on the original one, so this, when I slide it up underneath, will fix it. Right, so I've got this piece shaped pretty good, and so what I do is I clamp it, and then I just do it like an inch at a time and like stitch it around the edge, and yeah, that's how I do it like that. Alright, as you can see, I now have a gutter around the trunk. I just have to touch up a few little bits on it. Right, my gutter's finished. There's a few little holes like below the gutter that I'll have to fix. But the gutter itself is done. Putting a trunk in now. It's being welded from underneath, so it'll be nice and flat. I bent over the edges so it's nice and smooth. I'll put foam on the inside and carpet, so I protect the inside of the fenders, and then I'll seam seal the edges behind the wheel wells and where the welds are, and paint all this. But all this will be carpeted in here, but even before it gets carpeted, it will look very nice. And like I said before, I can fold down the back seat, and that almost makes a level surface, which is you know, about 12 feet long. So it'll be very cool. 8 feet to the back of the front seats. But if I lay down the passenger seat, I could get you know, relevant items in there. is a fairly easy way to get a perfect template before you cut out the metal. So you just, you know, put some tape on the patch you want to make. So in this case, I'm doing the tunnel, side of the tunnel. So I taped up the tape, obviously, in this area here. And I'll peel it off. I cut off the edges, and then I can lay it on my piece of metal to cut it. That just makes it nice and simple. Right, I'll be doing this area a little bit later today, so I'll take that up. Got some curves in it and things, and then I can just lay that on a piece of metal, cut it out, and weld it in. So I want to make a patch for this lower rear quarter on the inside, and I'm going to cut this out, but I taped it up with some masking tape for my template, which is here, and I cut out my piece of metal and I gave it like a 1/2 inch overlap, and I hammered it down, and now this should fit in here like that. I'll tap it in, smooth it in a little bit, I'll weld that in, and Bob's your uncle. Right, I've got that lip cut, and it's actually going to weld to here, here and here. So I've wire-wheeled that, so I'm going to tap my patch in there and weld in. Right, that patch is in. So all I need to do to that now is scuff it up, make sure it's degreased, hit it with some OSFO or rust treatment, and let that set up for 24 hours, and then I'll seam seal the edges of it, and then it's ready to prime paint. I'll probably put the Force 15 on it initially, because that's just a great type sealer. But I'll probably rust treat it, do the pores, and then seam seal it, and then put some pores on top of it later down the road. Driver's side turned out real good. Now I'm making a template for the passenger side. I almost wasn't going to do this side because it's only got a few little tiny holes in it. I was just going to seam seal it, seeing as it was underneath the car. But seeing as I've literally replaced the whole bottom of the car, literally from the doors down. And the only bit I haven't replaced is this, from the point of view of the bottom of the car. I might as well go ahead and do it. When you can, so it looks like this. I'm just going over and giving it more welds just to strengthen it up even more, to make everything even more rigid. It's probably a little bit excessive, but yeah, can't really overdo it. finished all my welding on, you know, the fabricated bottom of the car. You can see where I've welded it from underneath. All the marks. So this is absolutely bionic now. So tomorrow I'll just give some of the welds a quick grind down underneath and rust treat it, seam seal it, paint it, maybe under seal it. Okay, I've ground down everything as much as I really want to underneath. So all I have to do underneath now is give it a quick wire wheel and scuff it, which will take a little while. And then I will OSPO everything to protect it. And before I put my rust coat in 15 rust treatment paint. And I've ground down all the welds on my firewall as much as I want to. I mean, I'm not trying to make this look like, you know, a show quality one piece of metal firewall, but I do want it to look fairly good. So what I'll do now is I'll clean everywhere. I'm going to put some filler with thinners, make sure it's spotlessly clean, and then I'm just going to fill all the seams with some filler, and when that's dried I'll scuff and OSPO everything, and then I'll prime it and do the final. Looks pretty good. This really isn't a structural bit. Well, I guess it is. Yeah, it's really strong. All the metal I've used is either 1/8 inch or 16 gauge. So it's really built like a battleship. I'm not that concerned about it being fairly heavy because it's a monster car, and I just want it to last forever and be longevity. And I'll probably only put maybe a couple of £100 more weight in it using thicker metal. I'm just about to seam seal. So this has all been OSPO'd. So I've scuffed it with a scuffing pad, and now I'm going to start seam sealing it. Yeah, I've seam sealed mostly underneath of the car now, and the firewall, and yeah, it just seals all the welds and the connections, and you know, stops moisture getting in between it. So now I'll scuff it up a bit more, and then I'll paint all this area with an anti-rust coating, stroke paint. Probably going to use the Pores 15, which is really durable, and none of this is really visible, but I still kind of so I can give it a really good barrier coat, rust coat, and I do that on this area and the entire underneath of the car. and I can always sand and prime and paint on top of it if I want to. But being the engine compartment, I think it'll look pretty good after I've painted it with the pores, and so it'll be very adequate for that.